The ending of Tulsa King Season 2, Episode 6 rocked both Tyson Mitchell, Jay Will, and Dwight Manfredi's, Sylvester Stallone, worlds, and there's some evidence to suggest any one of their villains could be responsible for planting the bomb in the Navigator. At the end of Tulsa King Season 2, Episode 6, Dwight's Navigator exploded just after Tyson had gifted it to his father, Michael Beach. It was a truly shocking moment, and one that will have far-reaching effects in Tulsa King Season 2, once Dwight and the rest of his gang identify the person who planted the bomb. Since the explosion was such a surprise, there isn't a lot of evidence to point the blame at a single culprit. All Tyson saw before the bomb went off was a white Prius that had been following him all day long, and that indefinite piece of evidence, coupled with how many enemies have been added to the cast of Tulsa King Season 2, could make the search very difficult. Any one of Dwight's main villains could be responsible, and once they find out who planted the bomb, there will likely be quite a bit of bloodshed to come. One of the more likely suspects for bombing the Navigator is Cal Thresher, Neil McDonough. Ever since the start of Tulsa King Season 2, Cal has been attacking Dwight any way he could. First, he coerced the U.S. attorney into making sure Dwight went to prison during his bribery trial. When that didn't work, he started bribing Armand, Max Casella, for information. He then used that information to try to undermine Dwight's deal at the wind farm. When that didn't work, he sent some of Jackie Ming's, Rich Ting, men to the farm to destroy it and slow down construction. Cal has been attacking Dwight since the beginning, which is a good sign that he might be responsible for the bombing, but there's another trend that points in his direction. All of Cal's attacks have been escalating in scale and severity. At first, he tried to keep his hands clean and get the U.S. attorney to put Dwight away. Then, Cal got his own hands dirty, and he escalated further until he got Jackie's men, hardened Chinese gangsters, to attack Dwight with physical violence. A car bomb seems like a natural progression of Cal's escalation. On top of all the ways Cal has attacked Dwight in the past, he also has the most motivation out of all the General's enemies to take him down. Cal's attacks so far have done little more than anger Dwight, and Dwight has outright threatened Cal. Cal may have escalated to attempted murder simply to stop Dwight from killing him, and whoever he sent to do the job may have simply messed up and detonated it without realizing that Mark was getting in the car. Plus, Cal didn't know about the sit-down, so he likely thought Dwight would be riding in the Navigator that day. Bill Bevilacqua. Bill is still angry about Carl's death and mad about the sit-down. The Kansas City mob boss Bill Bevilacqua, Frank Grillo, is also a very likely candidate for the bombing of the Navigator. Bill has a history of bad blood with Dwight that might have caused him to plant the bomb. When he heard about Dwight's operation in Tulsa, Bill took it as an encroachment into his territory, and he thought that Dwight should have asked for permission before heading west. Then, at their first meeting, Dwight insulted Bill and turned down his offer. Probably the best piece of evidence to indicate that Bill planted the bomb was the fact that he had already tried to kill Dwight at the end of Tulsa King Season 2, Episode 3. Bill sent one of his capos, Carl, to perform a hit on Dwight. If he was willing to kill Dwight then, there's no reason Bill wouldn't have tried again with the car bomb. Plus, Bill was still angry that Goody, Chris Caldovino, flipped on him and Carl got killed. He mentioned to his other man that even though Bill and Dwight had struck a deal at the sit-down, he might not honor it. Bill didn't think the deal was good enough to justify Carl's death, and he may only accept blood as payment.